Hi, Gemini, Sun and Rising. Welcome to your March 2022 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So, in the month of March, we have the Sun in Pisces, and for Gemini individuals, this is your 10th house of career. So, if you look back, you may notice that your career really heats up, or there's some significant, developments during Pisces season. And so the same thing would apply this year. We have a new moon in Pisces right off the bat on the 2nd at 12 degrees of Pisces. So you could see new developments within your current career, or you're starting a new career. I sometimes I kind of make the 6th and the 10th house interchangeable in the sense that the 6th house is like employment itself and the work schedule and the day-to-day kind of practical matters. The 10th house is more of the status, the glory of your career, and your public reputation as it pertains to your achievements and things like that. But sometimes I can think of somebody getting a new job if the new moon is in the 10th house. So, whether it's your dream career or not, maybe it's not, but it might be a potential career if you wanted it to be. And the 10th house is also authority figures, your father or the dominant parent sometimes is not the father, so the mother or some other person who is raising you. And what else? Yeah, so something new on that front. And if you're someone who feels stuck in your career, this is a great time to really envision what you would like to do and become. I think sometimes people get so caught up in they've gotten this training, maybe they got a degree in something, that they think they have to make use of it. Remember that this is the only life that you have. I mean, I believe in reincarnation. I don't believe we only live one life, but this is the only lifetime that you are going to be you as this Gemini sun or rising person in your particular body and circumstance. So just trying to make use of a degree that you really don't resonate with doesn't make much sense, because there's only so much time for you to explore things, and you can do other things. Usually a lot of Gemini people are very versatile, and they are open to exploring new avenues. So just think about it from that perspective, and also think about how you can do it. Like, in other words, rather than, oh, I hope somebody hires me, you might find that you're able to take what you love and create your own business, and you don't have to get hired by somebody. So whatever that is, it all depends. I mean, even if you're in the healthcare field and you say, well, I can't, be a nurse on my own, I have to get hired by a hospital in order to do that. But you could actually be some other type of healer. And so you just broaden that perspective. So the very next day, we have on the 3rd of March, we have a conjunction between Mars and Venus in Capricorn. And these are the divine lovers, Venus and Mars. And they are both personal planets. It's not that it's like totally unusual for them to form a conjunction, to join up like that and be in the same degree. But because one or the other has a retrograde, they do tend to stray from each other from time to time. So recently, Venus had a retrograde, and it was kind of a lagging, and Mars does have a longer transit than Venus, so it sticks around more in one sign. So that's another reason that they joined up. And now we have Venus coming out of her shadow. So that's another significance. This begins a period of a green light where there are no personal retrogrades until later in April. So it's a great time to launch things and to start important new projects. And Mars and Venus in Capricorn for a a Gemini individual is going to fall in your 8th house. And this is the house of transformation. So this is a time, let me just say that both Venus and Mars have been transiting through this house, and they may have had some kind of connection with money. With Mars, I usually think of some kind of fight that took place with either inheritance or divorce proceedings or child support, but it doesn't always have to be that way, obviously. There's so many potential interpretations. I'm just giving one of the ones that comes to my mind. And this can be good for obtaining money that you deserve because you believed you stood up for yourself for some reason. So like if you were coming from a divorce and maybe you were a stay-at-home parent and the other person was working and they claimed that you didn't earn any money and you said, yeah, but I actually took care of the bookkeeping at home, and you prove that you actually did contribute to the business, to working for the business, then that's a perfect example of that. But then, just 3 days later, both of these planets go into Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is a fellow air sign. So that means that it forms a trine with you, and that makes it even more cooperative and easier for things to manifest in this area. By the way, there's some kind of work being done upstairs, so I hope the hardwood floors you can't hear, but you probably will. I try to avoid that, but I'm in the middle of this, so I'm just going to keep going. And this is Sagittarius's house, your opposite sign, and my sun sign. I never fail to mention that. And that is all about expansion. So with Venus and Mars here, if you have been planning a trip, you might be chomping at the bit to get going. And things may gel for you because Venus can be harmony and even money for this to happen. And Mars is this wanderlust spirit that makes you just want to roam. The 9th house is long distance travel. This is not about a short road trip. This is more, unless it's a road trip that's across the country or something. But in general, this will be overseas or something that requires a plane or a train somewhere far away. And you just are very enthusiastic about doing this. It might even be for a love relationship that you are, I could see like a Gemini person meeting somebody online and communicating and having a meeting of the minds, and now you're going to meet in the flesh. And so you're going to travel to meet this person that you've only been online with, unless that person is somebody that you've already been with and they are in the military or something, or they work overseas and you're going to go visit them for a while. Your ruler Mercury is already there until the 9th of the month. And Mercury can be getting that paperwork together. Now, of course, there was a recent Mercury retrograde, and it happened to be in Aquarius initially. It went back into Capricorn, but it was in Aquarius. So there might have been some snafu with a passport or something that you had to get an ID or paperwork or something. And now it's going to, Mercury is going to go into your 10th house on the 9th of March. And this will have to do with career. Oh yeah, I didn't think about this. Maybe you are going overseas for career matters. And so you have to get all that together. On the 18th, we have a full moon at 27 degrees of Virgo. So here is another mutable sign like Pisces, and it's going to be in the opposite area. This is the domestic area, the 4th house, home and family, a full moon here. So, if you are moving house overseas and you're selling your current place, or maybe letting go of an apartment so that you can go somewhere far away, that could be indicated by this. But ending something that is on the home front, and it could even be, for some people, a kind of like a understanding of something from childhood, because you have this energy in the 10th house, which represents the father. The 4th house represents the mother and the childhood. And, sometimes when we are in the workplace, it can be almost like a replay, or what something, I can't think of, there's another word, for childhood matters. And your boss becomes your parent, and you become the child. And it's a really weird feeling. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, actually, because you really can relive this. And not just on your end where you're just thinking about it, it's reminding you. It can really be almost like this karmic reproduction of it, where that boss really does resemble the parent that you had the problem with, and you are revisiting certain themes. And I mean, I had that myself, and it was so strange. So one of the things that it showcases is how these problems that we have, they don't just disappear in a puff of smoke. They follow us. They kind of dog us until we're willing to deal with them, because things from long ago can get sublimated, and you don't even remember that you are reacting to life in a certain way because of something from that far in your past, and yet it just keeps replicating itself in various forms, but with the same theme or themes. So so that's that. And then on the 30th, the 20th, the sun goes into Aries. So that's the astrological new year. And this falls in your 11th house, Gemini. It's a friendly angle, being that you are air and that is fire. And this is the house of hopes and wishes. So on April Fool's Day, when there's a new moon here, you can really wish upon a star. And it's funny that I say wish upon a star, because the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. And in the tarot, the star card is connected to Aquarius. So there you go. And this is the time. This is one of the times during the year that we can look at the year beginning for us. Some people say January 1st. Some people say their birthday is a new cycle. All of these can be correct in their own way, but this is certainly for the collective. This can be that time for sure. And And that's also a great time for vision boards, especially if it's happening in your 11th house, because it's like the vision of what you want to occur. Okay, and then on the 27th, you have Mercury going into this house. This is also a social area. So Mercury in the 11th house can be really networking with people, getting in touch with friends and contacts, groups that you belong to, exchanging information. It might have some kind of career connection to it. So it might not just be for pleasure, but for specific work-related information. But yeah, so that you might be talking to more people at that time. Okay, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.